Well, I think while we're talking about breaking news and all sorts of free agent signings and everything else going on, we might as well talk about a lot of former Cubs being signed by not the Cubs over the
Yeah, the
last few
dream is
days.
over, folks. For all those of you on sports radio who have been theorizing for the last, well, how many months has it been? How long has the off season been? 6 months or so,
Yep.
7 months or so. That the Cubs had this opportunity to bring back Rizzo and well, Baez fell early, but Bryant was going to come back or Schwarber
Schwarber.
was going, especially now that the DH, that was the breaking news this week. Now that the DH, I think the Cubs are bringing Schwarber back. Well,
They are not getting the band back together.
the band is not back together. The Cubs, and rightfully so. Honestly, I think it's for the best. You have to
Well,
move forward.
they may have dodged a bullet and it may have dodged, well, at least two bullets. First one I want to talk about is Anthony Rizzo,
The
because
Riz.
that's an interesting one on a lot of levels. Rizzo signs I believe it's a 2-year deal for $32 million with the Yankees.
Yeah.
I am not surprised he's going back to the Yankees at all because it seemed like a good fit for him. He's a big city guy. I think it makes sense. He enjoyed his time there. I think we mentioned that a few times in this podcast. I am surprised by the money in years. If you remember,
Yes,
I'm
he
not
was
sure when it happened, but
disrespected by
he
the
felt
Cubs.
he was disrespected by the Cubs for them offering him 5 years and $70 million.
Oh my God, that's the best part about this whole thing.
And it is now clear that the market did not support that. The market only supported a 2-year, $32 million deal for him. So I don't know what his thoughts are. You can't feel too bad for a guy that just signed for $32 million, but still, to feel disrespected. I mean, that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Another mitigating factor in that with that deal is New York's mayor announced once again that any Yankees or Mets players in his city that are not vaccinated will not be allowed to play. And the same is the case by law in all of Canada, which
Yeah,
includes their
that's that.
division rival Toronto Blue Jays. So Anthony Rizzo might be getting $32 million a year and not even playing 90 of their 162 games this year. So maybe this is a better deal than I realized. Maybe that's what he's looking for. He's looking for a cushy job where he's got a lot of vacation time. I don't know.
Do you
There
think
might be.
maybe in the agreement it was like, yeah, you got to you as part of a clause you have to get vaccinated? I mean,
Well,
geez.
and he may have been vaccinated by now, and he may have decided as soon as he signed that deal he's going to get. Who knows? And
Didn't he?
that's
Didn't he? Didn't he
up to
kind of
him.
come
But
around on vaccination after he got sick
I
or something
again,
like that? I kind of vaguely remember that.
unfortunately, you and I have talked about vaccination or non-vaccination way too much on a baseball podcast. We had to. I mean, it's just it. But my eyes glaze over
Well,
every
I'm
time we.
going to tell you, we're going to be talking about it more with that rule in Canada probably this year. It'll be interesting to see what happens for
Yeah.
AL baseball teams traveling there. So, and whatever interleague play goes up there this year. So,
Word Hole Media.